Hello, I'm Father Joe Gambala, pastor of St. Malachi Catholic Church. Welcome to Day by Day Through Advent, working on our Advent Jigsaw calendar. We're just completing Day 5. Now, Day 5 takes us back to Genesis and the story of creation. This is from Genesis chapter 1, verses 20 to 23. Then God commanded, "Let the waters be filled with many kinds of living beings, and let the air be filled with birds." So God created the great sea monsters and all kinds of creatures that live in the water and all kinds of birds. And God was pleased with all that he saw, and he blessed, and he told all the creatures that live in the water and produce to fill the sea, and he told the birds to increase in number. Evening passed and morning came, and that was the 5th day. When I was a couple years ago, I had an opportunity to go to Costa Rica. And while I was in Costa Rica, I went some deep sea fishing. I've always liked to fish, and I always thought if I had a chance to try to catch a big game fish, I would go for it. And I went out on a boat, about the same size as the typical boat you'd see on Lake St. Clair. There were 2 guys on the boat. They strung a lot of lines in the back, and the day was quite wonderful at sea. Scripture says God created all the big fish and the sea monsters, and I saw a humpback whale jump out of the water twice, which was really cool, and numerous schools of dolphins. Very beautiful and amazing. And during the day, we were pulling in these short tunas, good-sized fish. I'd say about the size of a real good-sized walleye, but nothing spectacular, nothing that you'd write home about. We caught about 30 of them, and of course the way it works is that they do the baiting and the hooking, and once the fish takes the bait, it's up to me to reel them in, so I reeled in all these fish. They asked me if I wanted them, and I said I didn't, but they certainly did. They needed those fish to supplement their income. Not only did they get paid for taking me out fishing, but the extra fish they got helped feed their families and increase their pay. So I realized that people to this day, they're still making their living and living off the sea and living off the fish they catch. And God provides. In the New Testament, there's a wonderful passage where Jesus tells Peter and Andrew to drop the net off the side of the boat. And Peter and Andrew do, and they come up with a huge haul of fish that fills their boat and the boat's another couple of people as well. And they all go to the shore and they see all these fish, and that's when Jesus tells them to follow them. That was no accident. That fish collection helped finance the apostles to be able to leave for those years and be with the Lord. It gave them the money that they needed to take care of their families so they could spend time with Jesus. I do believe that God provides for our needs. If we're open to him, he'll give us what we need. Now, the trick here is to know the difference between what we want and what we need. And that, of course, requires a lot of prayer.